Hey everybody, how's it going? It's your man here, Gatorade5, and I am back for another installment of my AC Milan business career mode. And today, you guys, we're going to go ahead, get into this transfer window. We're going to dive into it head first. And I am hyped, as you can see, the Xbox just the Xbox, PS4 freezes like that because obviously we're doing our intro. But today we'll probably be playing the pre-season tournament and hopefully getting some transfer in, at least targets. As you can see, our group is pretty easy, I would say. The only thing I would say we have to worry about is Spartak Moscow. But what we didn't do in the last episode is a couple things. First of which is training. We did not start training any of our members of the squad, so we can go ahead and do that. And how I like to do this series, just any kind of series, is build off defense. Defense is your key to victory, especially in the Serie A. Because it's like, have you seen how the Serie A plays? It's literally possession and defense. That's all it is. So, at this point, because Donnarumma is such a promising player with like 88 potential, I usually do two drills for him because the faster he grows, the better this team's gonna be. As you can see, it's just going to boost all that stuff up. Now we have 3 drills for everybody else. And at this point, our strikers, we don't have any promising strikers. We do have promising wingers in Suso and Yang. Not sure how that's going to work. I don't really train either of them usually, so I probably won't be doing that today. In the series either that much. We have a couple promising midfielders, and I do usually train Locatelli because he's gonna be good, obviously. I would train Pasalic, but he's on loan here, and I know I do want to end up signing him after the season. It's just that I don't want to risk training him that much and then Chelsea not wanting to give him to us, even though I'm going to do everything in my power to sign him. So we're going to go ahead and just train Locatelli at this point. At this point, we could just try and get all that. That's a pretty good one right there. Let's see what else. Keep possession. I think this one's probably better. It also trains stamina. El Rondo is for defense. I know this guy can play as a CDM. His second position is a CDM, but I'll probably at this point still doing that one. We're not gonna really do this. I do kind of want him to pass. At this point, I think we're just gonna go ahead do beat your man because I think that's gonna be the best for him. Plus, it's training for stats. We want to get the maximum amount of training in. Now, for the next 2, I'll probably be training center backs and fullbacks at this point. I would like to train Romagnoli and probably De Cilio. Later, after Romagnoli maybe hits 80, or I'm going to train Romagnoli till he's 80, and then I'm just going to let him grow naturally. And then I'll probably train Gomez or Calabria. Probably Calabria, though, because he's going to be good. But at this point, let's go ahead and train Romagnoli. And El Rondo is pretty much the only thing for him. He's pretty good at defending, obviously. And then here we go. De Cilio is going to also be doing that El Rondo. So there we go. Let's go ahead, simulate our drills. Let's see how much we can do here. And nobody did anything well, so that's great. Anyways, training is once a week, so hopefully we can translate that into some dubs, And then I did go ahead and make a few transfer some transfer targets. Not really a few. I went to the 3 main positions I want to sign, which is a winger, a mid, and a center back. We'll start with a center back, and I'm gonna start off here with Matteo Musacchio. Is that Uruguayan or is that Argentinian? Yeah, for some reason, I think that's Argentinian. I'm probably wrong. The Argentinian center back at 25 years old. And the only reason I would want to sign this guy, because I know he would pretty much take up our whole money, is that he's an IRL Milan transfer target. He is someone that Milan kind of wants to bring in. Now, here's the guy that I actually want to go after, and that's Daniele Rugani, because he is going to be that next good center back for Juventus, and we don't want them to have that next good center back, so we're going to bring him in if I can do that. Here's a winger. We'll talk about them later. We have a couple center mids. Obviously, we have Cesc Fabregas because Milan, that's the only transfer target that everybody knows that Milan wants. Like, everybody knows that they want it. And I don't really want to get him. He's 29 years old. Yes, he's 86 overall, but he's going to start going down soon because he's 29 years old. And that's the unfortunate thing about FIFA series. Your overall goes down very quickly once you reach 30. But I did go ahead and look up a couple other young center mids like Lorenzo Pellegrini, who is probably the one that I want to bring in the most. I believe, I don't remember. But he's pretty good. Has the highest potential out of all these guys. I believe he has 86 potential, like Cesc Fabregas. But he's got kind of a lower overall. Next is Marco Benassi of Torino, and he's got a little bit higher overall right now, but he's got lower potential than Pellegrini. But he could fit into a starting role pretty quickly if we brought him in. And then I don't even remember anything about Frank Yannick Kessie. I believe he's from Côte d'Ivoire. Ivory Coast. Or he might be from Ireland. Sorry, I'm not good with my flags, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, first transfer target here is probably going to be Lorenzo Pellegrini. And then the next would be Marco Benassi. And then I guess Frank Yannick Kessie. If we really wanted to get someone who could just go in there and start right away, we could go after Cesc Fabregas, but I'm guessing I don't really want to do that. I don't know. Anyways, for the wingers, we have looked up quite a bit of wingers just because Milan has targeted quite a few wingers. First of all, Federico Bernardeschi, they actually want to sign him. Domenico Berardi, they actually want to sign him. And they also want to sign Balde Diaoketa, whichever one of those word combinations makes sense. But he is going to be way too much money. I would love to sign him. He's just not there, if you get what I mean. So I would rather sign Berardi or Bernardeschi than either of these two guys, because this guy he's not Italian based and he's not Italian, so I would like to bring in those players, but I know that obviously I can only bring in some. I will end up having to bring in some other people. Irving Lozano is a person that everybody targets in their career mode, so I'm probably not gonna target him, although I put him on here just as a last resort because I know he's pretty cheap. But Marco Piacca is honestly the guy that I want to sign the most just because he plays on Juventus. I want to steal all of Juventus's young good players because Juventus is one of our main rivals in the Serie A along with Inter. So we need to take those good players, and obviously I haven't really looked at Inter much. They don't really have that many young players, I don't think. I know they have Mauro Icardi, but I feel like that's it. All their players are getting old. Handanovic is like 31 years old. And in this game, he's going to go down quickly. But our first transfer target that I want to do is in fact Pellegrini. But at this point, I'm going to wait till we get our scout report back. I don't know. We have no scouting reports on him at all, so we're going to take a while, which is kind of what I want to do. I just want to wait till we get all of these scouting reports in, and we can see what we want to do with our money, unless someone else is targeting these guys. For the future, I guess, bringing in, I'm pretty sure I said this, but bringing in a replacement for Carlos Bach in the near future, probably next season or so, would be the next thing that we want to do. But at this point, let's go ahead and continue on to the first game, which is against Independiente, and hopefully the Milan squad can come through with the W. So, let's see here. I do obviously want to switch up the lineup a little bit, and at this point, why is Poleta not 80? He's 80 overall with the new updates. That's interesting. Might just be because it's career mode. Anyways, in Locatelli's spot, I do want to start Pasalic. I'm sorry, Pasalic he's said he wants to stay at Milan. Honestly, that's pretty much it. That's all you can really say. I guess we're starting Yang. I guess we don't. I just noticed this. We don't really have that good of an actual left wing, because this dude is crap. I don't even know why we have him. And then Niang is honestly actually a striker, but he usually plays left wing, which that's where I would keep him. But he's actually been in kind of bad form recently. So I don't know. I'll keep Niang there for now. For Baca, I guess I'll switch out Lapadula in there. And for Suso, if I can talk, please and thank you. Since see, our squad's not that big. I guess I'll bring in Honda, because why not? Bonaventura, I think, is actually probably our closest to an actual left winger. But he plays in the midfield usually for Milan. But he has lately been going up there as a winger, which could be interesting. I think I'll bring Bertolacci in for Bonaventura, and for Kuchka, I might just keep Kuchka. Yeah, we'll keep Kuchka. Honestly, I'm not that big of a fan of Fernandez. Don't think he's going to be that good ever. Or Antonelli, as I said, or Luis Adriano. And Vangioni is another meh, in my opinion. And so is Sosa. Sosa is someone in the January transfer window who, if I could, I would just pull out a straight swap for him for a younger, better midfielder who we can try and get, which might be Benassi in the second window, and we would have a very good young midfield. But let's go ahead and save. Actually, no, I did not do anything with the back four. Let's go ahead and put Calabria and Vangioni in. And for the center backs, let's put Gomez in for Poleta. There we go. That's going to be our starting 11 here today against Independiente. Hopefully you guys are liking the new layout. Because I have no life, I made 2 layouts this week. The full moon one and this one. Because as I said, I have no life. But anyways, let's go ahead and sim the game against Independiente. I am hoping that we can go ahead and pick up a W. It would be nice. And I think our squad can do it. I think we really can. So let's go ahead. Excuse me. Jesus Christ. And do that. Let us go ahead and do that. Starting 11 for Milan is Donnarumma, Calabria, Gomez, Romagnoli, Vangioni, Pasalic, Kuchka, Bertolacci, Honda, Lapadula, and Niang. So let's go ahead and advance ourselves in to this game. See how we can do here. Hopefully, Niang with the early strike into the net, and Kuchka makes it 2-0 in the 20th minute. We are slamming Independiente currently as they do get a goal back right before halftime. But Pasalic comes back with another goal. And Sosa Oh my God, we were just owning these guys. Sosa comes on as a sub and gets the 4th goal, and Kuchka nets his 2nd in the 70th minute. There we go. We have thoroughly given a beating to Independiente. It's what I expected from the guys. There we go. Let's get those 3 points and that +4 differential. And here's our final report on Berardi. I believe he's one of the wings that we'd want to bring in, and as you can see, he's 82 overall. Would definitely be a start in a starting role, but at this point we're not too focused on him. We're focused on other people, and it looks like Deportes Tolima and Spartak Moscow have tied, which is even better for us because we have that plus differential, and this is probably going to be our hardest game in the group coming up here against Spartak Moscow. Probably going to start maybe a better squad for this just so we can win. As you can see, Kuchka has the most goals with 2, the only player in this tournament to go ahead and score 2 so far. So there we go. That's pretty dang good if I do say so myself. As you can see, it's a new week and it's time to train. We can go ahead and do that. Hopefully if we could do well on these we could maybe, do something, get some get some overall points. No, because nobody, it's an F. The only person who got a decent grade was Decilio. So yeah, we're slowly training ourselves back into soccer fit form. So there we go. And as you can see, the short list, I guess, is gonna start slowly getting itself on. And as you can see, they want to. Juventus wants to loan out Marco Piacca. I just want to sign him. All right, he's not only worth 9.5. He's got good potential. All right. So that's what we're going to do. I don't want to loan someone from Juventus because that only helps them, and then they'll probably just not let us sign him. So we're just going to go straight for the transfer on him when we go ahead and get his final overall. And it looks like it's time to battle against Spartak Moscow. So there we go. It is time. And looks like, let's go ahead, go into the squad lineup here. And I think because of our low amount of wingers, because I mean I could play Bonaventura as a winger, but I've got a better idea. Let's go and play ourselves a 4-4-2. Let us play ourselves a 4-4-2. All right, Paslic can come in here, and Honda. Let's bring Suso in here. He's in here somewhere. Jesus Christ. Where's Suso? There he is. Jeez, how did I miss him? Let's put Suso there. Kuchka can come off for Bonaventura. And Yang, I could start Niang at striker, but I think I'm going to start Baca and Luis Adriano at striker. And at this point, let's go ahead and start Kuchka, and because Kuchka had a really good game. Let's also start Locatelli here. Let's bring Decilio back into the lineup. And let's bring Abate back into the lineup. And for our defense squad, let's do Paleta and let's do Zapata. I don't really want to play him that much, but let's go ahead. Let's play him for one game. As you can see, I haven't played Sosa yet. He's just going to sit in these subs because that's where I want him to stay. At this point, we can keep our wingers in there. Oh, they did actually switch Niang to left wing. All right, I thought he'd be a striker. All right, so these two can be both wingers and strikers. can also be that, I guess, we'll bring Montalivo in to the subs because he hasn't played yet. Let's bring him in for... I want to keep Labadula. Let's get rid of Honda. Alright, there we go. I think that's going to be our squad against Spartak Moscow. Hopefully, we're not making any grave mistakes here. Hopefully, we can do something well. So let's go ahead. Sim the match against Spartak Moscow. Let's see if the Milan squad can go ahead and pull out a W against Spartak here. Let's see. With Donnarumma, Abate, Zapata, Paleta, Desilio, Suso, Kuchka, Locatelli, Bonaventura, Luis Adriano, and Bakken. As you can see, Luis comes in and Locatelli is injured. That's not good, but Luis does get an early goal for Spartak as it's the second half. We need to score a goal to come back here as Luis Adriano comes in and nets it to tie it for Milan. Can Milan come back, or are they just going to tie it up? And they're just going to tie it. It's going to be a 1-1 draw against Spartak. I'm okay with that. You know, we're still leading the group with 4 points. Actually, no, Deportes Tolima won against Independiente. All right, so it's going to be a big game. This point, I believe if we draw, we can secure ourselves a spot. As you can see, we have plenty of final scouting reports coming in, and let's see. Please don't be long. Please don't be long for Locatelli. 2 months. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. Obviously, we can't really do that much about that. So that is unfortunate. But you know what? We're going to do the best that we can, right? Anyways, it looks like the short list is starting to fill out. As you can see, it is. We have that, and it looks like Daniele Rugani is getting some scout reports, and as you can see, he's worth a lot. Bernardeschi here, worth 70. I mean, worth 12.5. But we have Pellegrini in, and I'll probably offer him a loan and, a contract transfer, and Piaka is here. Then all we can do is just, wait for Rugani's final scout report to come in. So that will be nice. We can go ahead. Actually, we can just offer from here. Again, on a lot of these transfers, I'm probably going to be trying to send out some of our players. As you can see, he's 77. Still starting form. And I know this guy's 78, but I don't think it really matters that much. Let's go ahead. Approach Sassuolo to buy. All right, so he's recently signed a new contract with the club and is one of the best in his position. He's probably worth between 14.3 and 16.7. I will gladly pay 14.3 for him. So we're gonna go ahead, put a strong offer of 14.3 in. Actually, no. First, let's select a player. And one of the players that I would like to send off here is him, but obviously with 800k. Jeez. Honda, Poli, Antonelli. All right, Antonelli. Let's see which one. Let's go Poli, I guess. So that's 6.5. So that's what? Is that 8? I think that's 7. I believe that's 7. I believe that's 7.8. Alright, we'll see. Hopefully they're interested in Poli. They probably won't be just because it's Andrea Poli. He's not super good, but I would love to get rid of him and bring in someone who can start pretty early. So there we go. And there we go. So there's Pellegrini. I'm guessing for these Juventus players, though, they're not gonna want the people that we offer because they're Juventus. Plus, they'll probably want to sell them to us for a very high price. Which would be very annoying, but at this point, just go ahead, sim ourselves up to this, and it looks like we have a transfer offer in. And this guy's warning us about international management. I'm gonna ask you guys. Okay, Jesus Christ, my PS4 just lagged. The remote play just lagged a ton. Okay. So I'll ask you guys that. Do you guys want me to be an international manager in this game? Manager? Did I just say that? Manager in this game. So I would do that. And Andrea Poli is in to sell for $6 million. Alright. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and stall the offer just because we have an offer in for him already. I mean, no, not for him already. We're trying to send him out. So, anyways, let's go ahead. Go here. And Rodrigo Ely is asking to start. Fine then. Irving Lozano and Daniele Rugani have had their final scout reports out. After us selling Pellegrini, I'll try to go for Rugani, and then I'll finally go for Piaka. Alright. Anyways. Actually, wait, what? Just a sec. Ely wants to start at center back. I have no problem with that. For some reason, they think I'm going down. Probably because Locatelli's injured, but just to watch. We're going to go back to the 4-3-3 as it didn't do the best. But the 4-4-2 didn't do the best job it could have. But I still think it did a good job. I mean, we tied probably the hardest team in this group to win against. Baca, we're going to have... Where's Suso? Suso does not play CDM. I can tell you that right now. But neither does Baca. Locatelli, let's go ahead and bring in Bertolacci for him. Not Zapata. Let's go to Baca. Let's go ahead. Bring in Montalivo. And for Kuchka, let's play Pasalic. You know what? Actually, here's what we can do. You can do 4-3-3 defense. And that should... There we go. A little bit more of a defensive point there, as Bertolacci is going to be the sole mid up there, distributing to our strikers and wingers. But we obviously have Bonaventura who can come back and do the dang thing. Here, Antonelli hasn't played yet, so I guess I'll play him. Paleta, you just played. Let's go ahead and bring in Romagnoli and Eli, I guess, to be our starters, and then Abate, I guess. We'll keep Abate in there for now. Actually, I haven't done subs yet, so let's go ahead. I'd like to keep Niang in there for subs. Lapadula. I'm actually going to do Baca. And I'm just going to keep Sosa in there because he's a strong sub. That's pretty much it. I don't really like him that much. But he's a strong sub nonetheless. We can go ahead and do that. I'll bring in Calabria for a sub and Vangioni. I'll bring in Gomez for him. And there we go. So that's going to be your AC Milan lineup for today. For this game. So let's go ahead and do this. It's probably going to be the last game. I know that it's been quite a long episode. Manchester United's interesting. Griezmann. What? They have Ibrahimovic. They have Rashford. Why does Manchester United need Antoine Griezmann? Jesus Christ. Anyways, let's go ahead. I think it's time to face Deportes Tolima. Your AC Milan will hopefully pick out a W here with the starting lineup of Donnarumma, Abate, Ely, Romagnoli, Antonelli, Montalivo, Pasalic, Bertolacci, Suso, Luis Adrian. Sure, you know what? I don't care. Hey, let's go ahead, advance. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see. Wow, Bertolacci. Right away. 2 first-minute events happening. Jeez. Their striker is injured, and we're up 1-0 against Tolima right now with Bertolacci, and Bonaventura makes it 2 right before the half. And Sousa is coming off for Baca. Baca's coming on. Montalivo comes on for Kuchka. You know what I mean. And can we hold on for the last 10 minutes? We got a third goal from Kuchela, who comes on his third goal of the tournament in 2 games. He's doing pretty good, if I do say so myself. We're going to get some money, and it looks like we're facing Benfica in the semifinals. That could be scary. Anyways, Ely is going to go ahead and thank us, and we're also going to get $2 million in transfer budget, which is always good. And in the next episode, hopefully we can sign Pellegrini and maybe another person. And I just noticed we should look for for a youth scout, if there is a youth scout available, for us to hire. If he's gonna be good. We have nobody good. I am only going to sign this guy just because he's Italian. I want to have one in Italy, and if you guys didn't know that, if you have a scout of your home country, they're gonna bring back better players. All right, so let's go ahead buy him. And we do have a 4-5 guy here, so I'll go ahead and sign him up so we can have 2 of these, and comes back with a 4-3. All right, so that's good for now. That is good. I'll go ahead and send out these guys. We're gonna set up a scouting network here in Italy for this dude. He's gonna be there for 9 months. I know I'm wasting kind of a lot of money, but I don't care. We still have money in the transfer budget. This thing just glitched like a ton. All right. I'm gonna do that just so. Okay, for some reason this is glitched. I will set up a scouting network in Austria though. For 6 months, because I know that he's from Austria, so he will bring back some good Austrian players. So maybe we'll have to hunt for Austrian players in the next transfer window. Anyways, let's go ahead and set up a scouting network there. I'm hoping that we can go ahead and do that. So there we go. It's time to go ahead and end off the episode with a player development. So there we go. Let's go ahead and do that. We don't have anything for Locatelli, so at this point I guess we'll just develop, because we have probably one period of time where we can develop someone. So I guess I could develop Gomez. I'll go with Pasalic. You know what? At this point, this guy is probably a more defensive player, so I'll do El Rondo, defense 1. So there we go. Let's go ahead, sim all. Pasalic can impress me. Maybe he'll get himself a spot on the starting lineup. He doesn't, though. DeCilio is going to go ahead and gain an overall, though, as you guys can see. And one more, I think Donnarumma should be able to do one. So that would be very nice. But with that, you guys, that was quite a long episode. I'm going to go ahead and end off the episode here. So if you guys enjoyed today's episode of the Milan Career Mode, make sure to go ahead and mock punch that like button. And, of course, subscribe if you guys have not. I know I just said mock punch. I'm trying to do something else, but I can't really think of one. Mock punch is so classic. But, you guys, I'm going to get up out. This is K-Ray5 signing out. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a good day.